Hi there, this is Phil Simborg for the USBGF, and we do have what's called a beginner section of videos, but what I'm about to cover, you will find that many intermediates and even advanced players will miss quite often. It's whether or not you split on the second roll. Your options, if you don't have a great roll that makes a point or runs with a 6-5, are usually whether or not you're going to split or slot on the other side or just come down or play safely. And there are some clues that will help you quite a bit. Let's say that you're red here and your opponent has an opening roll of a 4-2. And the question is, how would you play your rolls? Now, obviously, you're going to play a 6-1 and make the point, 3-1, 4-2. 5-3, all make nice points, 6-5 runs. But what about all the other rolls? Well, because your opponent has made a nice point high in his board and he's got a pretty decent priming game, and because his 8-point is stripped, there's only 2 checkers here, it's really important to split your back men. Number 1, to get them moving, as you can see, the right play is to split by quite a bit. This is a pretty big error not to split. For one thing, you're less likely to get trapped back here. You want to get these checkers moving and out of here before he makes his 7-point or 5-point, and you start getting caught and trapped there. Also, when you split, you put tremendous pressure on this 8-point. Some of his best rolls next time would be a 3-1, 6-1, and 5-3. They all make important points for him. Well, if he does that and you're split, you've got a direct 6 aiming at this extra checker here. So you split with a 4-1, you split with a 4-3. Let me show you. You split with a 5-1, 2-1. Just about everything you can split with where you don't have a point to make. 5-2, you split. 5-1, you split. Let me show you the 2-1. 2-1's interesting because 2-1, lots of times we like to slot the 5-point, but again, in this situation, it's very, very wrong. So let's take the converse situation. Let's say that he doesn't, let's say he has an opening roll and he brings a couple checkers down, and now you roll a 3-2. Now you don't split. You bring a couple of checkers down. Now you roll a 4-1. You slot your 5-point. There's a couple of reasons for this. For one thing, you're not putting any pressure here. He's got stacks here and can attack you. These checkers are not likely to be threatened, and you're duplicating his 4s. When you put this checker here, what does he do if he rolls a 4-2, 6-4, 4-1? All of those are great rolls on this side of the board. Even if he was here, by duplicating 4s, you're now also duplicating the 4-1 that makes this point, 4-3 that makes this point, 5-4 that makes this point. So duplication in the early game is big, and you really don't need to split these checkers. So with a 5-1, you would also slot instead of split. And look at the differences there. They're pretty big. So the strength of your opponent's 8-point, whether or not he has made a high point in his board, is a very, very big clue to whether or not you split or do something on this side of the board. Hope this is helpful to you. I'll have more lessons on more second and third roll moves, and we as you'll notice, good players spend a lot of time looking at these early game moves because they're great lessons for us, but also these positions are the most common positions in backgammon. The most common position you'll ever see in backgammon is this one, the opening position, and then the second roll positions are the second most common position you'll see. So if you make a small mistake there, you're going to make a mistake many, many times over and over and over again. So I urge you to spend a little bit more time looking at all your second roll moves. There's a lot of other questions about, aside from when to split and when to slot, that need to be answered. Thanks for watching, and keep watching my videos on, I also have videos on YouTube as well as USBGF. The USBGF, though, you're going to find great lessons for everybody. Thanks.